Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Thursday morning today from Cummings Field in blustery Oaks, North Dakota. This is the Region 1 Baseball Tournament here on YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Chase Miller alongside Joey Hughes, and welcome to our pregame show where today we get you set for 4 contests here from Oaks. First up is Sargent County and alongside the Kindred Vikings. We'll take a quick break, and we come back. We'll get to our bracket breakdown. We'll hear from the coaches. We'll get to our starting lineups all ahead of the opening pitch. It's a winner's bracket game. Win, and you play tomorrow in the semifinals at 11. Lose, and your season's not done, but you head to the loser's bracket upcoming tomorrow afternoon. We're back with more after this in Oaks.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us, and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
As we come back, let's get to our bracket breakdown brought to you in part by Bank North. Go to banknorth.bank. That's banknorth.bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Here's what happened earlier in the tournament. In the loser-out game last week on Friday, Enderlin defeated Lisbon by a final of 7-5. And then the first-round matchups on Tuesday, Kindred over Enderlin 22-3 in 5 innings. Sargent County defeated Oak Grove 7-4. Oaks over Northern Cass in the only game that was a lower seed to defeat the higher seed at 7-2. And Central Cass over Hankinson, Fairmount, Campbell, Tinto, Rossholt, Lidgerwood 25-1 in 5 innings. So today, the winners bracket will feature Kindred and Sargent County here at the top of the hour for our first of 2 winners bracket games. Oaks and then Central Cass will play at 1 o'clock. Loser out games later today at 4 will feature Enderlin and Oak Grove, and then Northern Cass will go up against the Ball Stars coming up for our conclusion. That'll be at 6 p.m. Games tomorrow, the semifinals at 11 o'clock in the morning, then loser out games following that at 1, 4, and 6 respectively here throughout the rest of the day on Friday. Pending Mother Nature, we'll get to Monday with the last loser out game, championship game, then second championship game, number 2. But Monday does not necessarily look promising due to weather. And also with weather, they have moved the Northeast Regional Track and Field Meet, which was scheduled for tomorrow. That is going to be now scheduled on Saturday morning in Mayville. So just a note on that. So with the weather, even though it's not because it's too cold, it's not because it's too wet, it's because it's too windy that they are moving some spring athletics around a little bit. And just driving down to Oaks, it was kind of a dust bowl at times throughout the portion of the state here as we made our way from Fargo to Oaks earlier today. But that's a bracket breakdown brought to you in part by Bank North. Go to banknorth.bank. From everyday banking to ag and business lending, Bank North supports local communities and businesses with financial solutions. Member FDIC, equal housing lender at Bank North. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll hear from the coaches. Randy Searstead due up first, followed by Scott Milbrandt, all ahead of our starting lineups and the opening pitch.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
As we continue on the pregame show here today from Oaks, it's the Sargent County Bulldogs and the Kindred Vikings for a little brunch in baseball here for the Regional 1 Baseball Tournament. Joining us from the Sargent County perspective is Randy Searstead. Randy, before we talk about Kindred, let's go over the win against Oak Grove. Hosting a game, obviously on your home soil, was obviously big, but coming out away with the wins even bigger. Just what'd you like from your team's performance back on Tuesday in the opening round?
Yeah, we tried to make the mistakes as least as possible, and we had a couple innings that kind of hurt us, and they scored those 2 runs later in the game. But pitching was phenomenal coming in with Harry, Newstall, Elijah Hansen, and then Braxton to close her up. Cole Fury came up big with 3 RBIs there batting in too, and got us going, and then we scored on some other errors and capitalized on those. I think we had two runs in each of the first 3 innings, and that kind of got us going. So, and then we just hung in there and held tight at the end. So,
and that was again a win against Oak Grove. You mentioned Cole Fury; he's going to be on the bump here today against the Vikings. So, what do you just want to see from Cole on the mound here, Randy?
Yeah, just keep him off balanced. Try to mix it up with this wind. I mean, off speed's going to be harder for a righty than a lefty today, but maybe a 2-seam or a tailing fastball or a changeup will catch you off guard on the outside half of the plate, and just try to keep them off balance as much as possible because they're a good hitting team. Try to capitalize when they do make a mistake, if they do, and then try to make at least amount of possible mistakes as we can too.
You look at this one with Scott Milbrandt, the Kindred Vikings. You've seen him earlier in the year. What just comes out as a challenge from your perspective here, Randy, later today?
Yeah, their batting order is pretty phenomenal, 1 through 9, especially 1 through 7 or so. And I mean, their bottom 2 even could get on base, and they did against us too, and capitalized on our mistakes when we played them last Monday. But overall, I mean, they got a whole pitching staff. They got top-notch crew, and Scott's a respectful coach to coach against, and I've known him for quite a while too, since I've been down in the neck of the woods here.
Final thing for you, Randy, before we let you go. Just first year as a varsity program here for Sargent County to get a win in the region tournament, playing the winners bracket. Just what's this momentum like at this time of the year and this particular season, again, being first year as a NDHSAA team?
Yeah, definitely, a lot of learning curve, so to speak, but the boys have experience, especially the last few years with the Babe Ruth and Legion programs, and then playing high school ball over here in Oaks. You thank them and Enderlin as well, but now it's our time to shine and try to step up to the plate, and hopefully adrenaline's kicking in and we're stepping to the plate and playing well.
Hey, Randy, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck here today.
Thank you, appreciate it.
And I am Coach Searstead from the Sargent County Bulldogs. This interview brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
As we continue on the pregame show here today from a blustery overcast skies from Cummings Field in Oaks, this is the Region 1 Baseball Tournament here, the first of 8 games today and tomorrow on your live event here in Oaks. Join us from the Kindred perspective is their head coach, Scott Milbrandt. Scott, before we talk about the playing conditions, let's just go over the match against Enderlin. Obviously, Fisher Johnson did a really good job at the plate. Jeremy Knight did a really good job for you as well. Just top to lineup, everybody got on board. Just what did you see from your team against Enderlin that you hope to carry over here today against Sargent County?
We hit the ball really well, and played really good defense. We just had that one error where nobody communicated out in left field that it dropped. But if we can hit the ball and put the ball in play, especially on a blustery day like today, and pound the zone again, in this win, that's going to be an adventure. But if we can do those two things, I think we'll have some success.
You know, there was a jet stream out to left center, left field, and Kindred, this a little bit different where it's coming in. So how does that change a hitter's approach, knowing that, hey, if you undercut a swing today, that ball's going to go everywhere? And defensively, how much do you have to communicate, like we talked about earlier here, Scott?
So defensively, you can't give up on a ball, right? You might hit a ball out to right field, and our pitcher is going to catch it. I mean, that's the kind of adjustments we're going to have to make. And and offensively, you put the ball up and play, it's going to be tough. So hustle everything out like we've always talked about, right? Because anything can happen, especially in this win.
You look at Randy Searstead and the Sargent County Bulldogs here, first year of a varsity program, just playing against them once here and just kind of seeing what they're all about. Scott, what's just going to be a challenge here later today against the Bulldogs?
They have good athletes. And like we had said the other day on Tuesday, all records are thrown out now. It's tournament time. Anything can happen in baseball. So we just have to focus on what we need to do, because they're going to be a good team and they're going to give us a challenge, and we got to be ready.
You mentioned pounding the zone, but for someone who hasn't seen Carter Grunwald pitch this year, just what do you want to see from him in terms of commanding the plate and just kind of some of the things he's going to be able to do on the mound here today?
The wind's going to really dictate that, I think. I mean, we'll see early on. Is he going to be able to use his off-speed stuff? I'm not sure, but I think naturally the ball is going to be tailing a little bit from left to right as the pitcher's looking at the catcher. So just as long as both teams can control it, you know, we don't want to see a bunch of walks today in a region game, but I'm hoping it's a clean game.
Hey, Scott, as always, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck here today.
Thank you.
That again, Scott Milbrand, head coach of the Kindred Vikings. This interview brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank.
I think that's going to be.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
That, again, is our coaches' conversations from both the head coaches and Scott Milbrandt, and alongside with him and Randy Searstead. Those interviews brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhb.bank. That, again, is dhb.bank. The winner of this game will play at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning in the semifinals. Loser of this game, and they will head to the losers bracket upcoming tomorrow afternoon here in Oaks from Cummings Field. It's an overcast sky. Kind of feels like maybe some rain might make its way through in terms of just the dust that sees over, but knock on wood, we don't see any rain showers, just more of the topsoil or just dust that we've kind of seen with the windy conditions here today. The 4th seed of Sargent County going up against the number 1 seed of the Kindred Vikings. He's Joey Hughes. I'm Chase Miller. Again, those interviews brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. When we come back, starting lineups and the opening pitch. That and more to come here from Oaks, North Dakota.
Emery Vistos Implement has been family-owned and operated since 1935. Located in Oaks, North Dakota, they sell CarQuest automotive parts and numerous lines of agriculture parts. Plus, you'll have to stop by and check out their clothing and footwear department, featuring the brands of Brothers in Arms, Howitzer, Ariat, Cinch, and Twisted X Footwear. Emery Vistos Implement, everything and anything you need is under one roof. Stop in just south of Oaks on Highway 1 or call 701-742-2167.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Get in touch with David Bergerman today at 701-724-6252.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey, swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
Here today from Cummings Field on YourLiveEvent.com as we'll get to the first pitch brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway. In a second, we have a two-camera set up. The first that you see high on top the perch of the grandstands here at Cummings Field. Our second in Tornado Alley as where we stand here outside of the wind. If you're going to the games later today, probably bring just an over jacket of some sort just in terms of a wind jacket. Probably will be a good thing because if you're going to be in the grandstand, the wind will be coming directly at you. So it's going to be interesting from the pitching perspective. And both coaches said it with Randy Searson and Scott Milbrandt in our pregame show. How can you maybe get the off-speed pitches located today, especially with that wind going left to right across the diamond as we see it here in Cummings Field? The 316 in left field here. From there, we'll get to the dimensions in a second as well. As we go down the right field line, it's 302, 337 out to straightaway center, and then left center and right center about the deepest part of the ballpark, with left center at 367 and right center at 356. So today, if you can poke one down the line, that'll be what you're looking at as the starting line here for the Sargent County Bulldogs. Anthony Ferderer, Tristan Peterson, and Harry Newstill. First pitch of the game brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway. Check out the World of Outlaw late models on Tuesday, June 30th, and ADA tickets now available at NormanCountyRaceway.com. Opening pitch at 11:02, and it is called a strike here. Again, that's brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway as the wind right on cue on the first pitch just continues to howl and bluster here in Oaks, North Dakota. Anthony Ferderer, the right-handed left fielder, the sophomore going up against Carter Grunwald. Grunwald sees this one missing outside. There's a ball, got an opening strike, and we're making our way through. Tristan Peterson, the junior center fielder, batting second, with Harry Newstill, the sophomore shortstop, batting third. This one will work to the backstop. You have Braxton Erickson, the junior catcher, batting cleanup, with Cole Fury, the sophomore pitcher, batting fifth. Elijah Hansen, the freshman first baseman, batting sixth, with Brody Marr from there. This will be a nice strike three call looking on Ferderer. Grunwald gets the punch out on 5 pitches, and Ferderer is retired as the lights have now made their way on for a little brunch in baseball here in Oaks, North Dakota. From there, Connor Olson, the junior DH, batting 8th. Carson Diley, the junior third baseman, batting 9th. And Jace Fury will be playing a second base here for the seniors. That's called a strike to Tristan Peterson. We'll get to the outfield and the infield in a moment. The Vikings in their white uniforms here today. The 0-1. This will be hit on a line, and that's through for a base hit going into left field. A good swing there by Tristan Peterson, able to barrel that one up for the first hit of the contest for Sargent County as Peterson climbs aboard at first base. Getty plays it in left, Baumgarten in center with Jeremy Knight in right. Fisher Johnson over at third base with Iverson at short. Schliemann at second with Max Bernier at first, and Graham Hess behind the plate here for the battery with Carter Grunwald. Grunwald works from the stretch. First pitch swinging. This one goes foul over the batting cages. It's now 0-1. The next game up, the hometown Oaks Tornadoes will tangle with the Central Cass Squirrels. For the first game, it's going to be a hard time here at 11. Then the next one will roll into its scheduled 1 o'clock. Could be a little sooner if this one wraps up earlier. Inside out swing, and Newstill's able to get aboard with an opposite field single. So for the Bulldogs, a couple of base hits. They're threatening here in the top of the first inning with runners at first and second base. High school baseball today here on YourLiveEvent.com, the Region 1 baseball tournament where we have the entire tournament here on Your Live Event. 4 games today, 4 games tomorrow. And we'll see what the Mother Nature has in store. Of course, you couldn't have played yesterday. It was picture perfect to play outdoor sports yesterday, but could not play with how that forecast was making its way through. Grunwald will see this good offering. Hamry calls a strike. It's 0-1. Our umpires today, Cale Hamry calling balls and strikes. Dave Klunt up the first base line, and Justin Farkas up the third base line. Here's the 0-1. That'll be called a strike. It's now 0-2 to Braxton Erickson. Bulldogs coming off of a win against the Oak Grove Grovers at home. The 4th seed, the first year of a varsity program here in the state. As this is going to be a grounder, that'll go to the third baseman. Fisher Johnson cuts in and fires across to Max Bernier. They move up the runners. It's a quality out from Braxton Erickson's perspective, as now Peterson stands at third base. Newstill stands at second. There's 2 down on the 5-3 putout. Good play by Fisher Johnson, throwing into the wind a little bit, as now it goes to Cole Fury. So for Carter Grunwald, 1 good pitch away from getting out of the inning. On the Bulldogs' perspective, 1 good pitch, and you're up by 1, maybe 2 here in the top of the first. That'll run up high for a ball. It's 1-0. Overcast skies here today in Oaks. Current temperature going to be making its way through in the 70s throughout the afternoon. Currently at 70 degrees, but the winds are a-blowing. This will be hit on the ground up the middle. Iverson will make the play. Comes in, throws across to Bernier. Good play by Gabe Iverson. 6th round the putout to retire the side. No runs on a pair of hits, no errors, and 2 runners left. We played a half inning today on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Sargent County scoreless. Kindred coming to the plate.
It's safe to say we have it pretty good in the Drayton, North Dakota area. Growing sugar beets, making sugar, bringing a little sweetness to the world. Every day, American Crystal Sugar produces sweet products people love in a place we love to call home. It's a thing we like to call the sweet life, and we're proud to share it with you. American Crystal Sugar's Drayton facility wants you to enjoy the events in the communities of our area. Here's to living the sweet life. American Crystal Sugar, Drayton.
Imagine your life in Hillsborough, a place where neighbors know your name and opportunities are real. Here, you'll find affordable home lots and grants to help you build your future. In Hillsborough, safety, affordability, and community aren't just promises, they're our way of life. With a 24-hour fitness center, a strong school system, a trusted hospital, and a thriving business district, Hillsborough has everything you need to live well. Here, your family is our family, and your future shines bright. Discover Hillsborough, where small-town living means big opportunities.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency providing protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 201 Main Street, Hunter.
High school baseball today here on YourLiveEvent.com. Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you, broadcasting from the Farmers Union Insurance David Bergman Agency broadcast booth. Your headquarters for home to life to farm to ranch and more. Call 701-724-6252. That's 724-6252 for Farmers Union Insurance David Bergman Agency, servicing both the Foreman, Oaks, and surrounding communities. As we'll get to the lineups here in a moment for the Kindred Vikings. Baumgarten comes on, the junior center fielder. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Jackson Schliemann batting second with Fisher Johnson batting third. Carson Getty, the senior left fielder, batting fourth. Eli Mack, the sophomore designated hitter, batting fifth. Graham Hess, the junior catcher, batting 6th, with Carter Grunwald, the sophomore pitcher, batting 7th. As that's called the strike. Max Bernier, the senior first baseman, batting 8th, with Jeremy Knight, the sophomore left fielder, batting 9th, with Bernier 8th. And then Gabe Iverson again is at shortstop for Scott Milbrandt and the Vikings, as there's a ground ball up the third baseline, foul. Head coach for the Sargent County Bulldogs, Randy Searstead. Busy for Randy from the fall to helping out Eric Olson in football to the girls basketball coach, right into baseball here for both the school and then summer programs, making their way through. God offering there for Cole Fury just inside. It's 1-2. Furterer in left field with Peterson in center. Brady Marr in right field here today. We'll get to the infield in a moment. The 1-2 offering will be foul back. We'll do it again here for Brady. Diley at third base with Newstall at shortstop. Jace Fury at second. Hanson at first. Erickson behind the plate. Cole Fury again on the mound here for Sargent County. Bulldogs stranded 2 in scoring position in the top of the first. Baumgarten with the little, punch down the right field line. And with the wind, that'll play, and that'll be a base hit. Well, with the wind blowing from left to right, just kind of an old golf swing, trying to get it out of the pitching wedge, if you will, just kind of getting out of the rough and see if he can get back on the fairway. Brady Baumgarten able to get a leadoff base hit here for the Kindred Vikings, and the Vikings get a run around with Jackson Schliemann, the sophomore second baseman. As we do have on your baseball bingo card for the region tournament, rain. It's official. It's just sprinkling a skosh here in Oaks, but rain has made its way through to add on to the wind, as there's a high towering pop-up into the second baseman. Jace Fury able to play this one. One pitch, and Schliemann is retired on 1 out. Here for Sargent County is Fisher Johnson, the junior third baseman. Fisher hit a grand slam, part of a 13-run inning for the Kindred Vikings in their win, and that was in the third over the Enderlin Eagles. It was an opposite field grand slam that kind of put the exclamation point on a 13-run inning there for Kindred. Johnson, the junior third baseman, with the runner at first is Brady Baumgarten. It's being held on by Hanson. As Cole Fury looks in, sees this one miss outside for a ball. It's 1-0. I'd like to thank Robin Paul for helping us out here, the Oaks athletic director. Been a very good help and gracious hospital in terms of helping us out earlier this morning, getting everything set up and situated, and kind of, we were joking, one day where your kid asks to fly a kite, you probably tell them no here in the month of May, and as we make our way through to the summer months. There's a good breaking ball in there for a strike. It's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike here with 1 down in the first inning. Carson Getty due up next. Cole Fury from the bump. This one is going to go foul over the press box up the third base side. It's now 1-2. As Cummings Field also duels as their football field in the fall for Oaks Tornadoes football. 1-2 on the way for Fisher Johnson, or to Fisher Johnson, from Fury. This would be hit on the ground to the first baseman. They'll get 1 there, and then just going to take it without throwing. So nice play by Hanson. He just takes it 3 unassisted. Gets the for sure out to get Johnson. Schliemann was out on 1, down to a pop out to Jace Fury, and after a leadoff single, Brady Baumgarten now stands at second base as it goes to Carson Getty. As Getty sees this one called the strike, good offering right at the knee. It's 0-1. Region 1 baseball tournament, 4 games today here on yourliveevent.com, with 4 games scheduled tomorrow as well, beginning at 11 o'clock in the morning. For those of you that are coming later today, the Central Cass game against Oaks will be a rolling schedule, scheduled for 1 o'clock, but could be a little earlier if this game wraps up a little bit sooner. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That'll be called a strike. It's 1-2. And we'll get to the 4 o'clock contest with Enderlin and Oak Grove, then a rolling schedule around 6 o'clock with the Ball Stars and Northern Cass later today here in Oaks. The 1-2 on the way to Getty. Not going through the zone. It's now 2-2. Eli Mack on deck here for the Vikings. Cole Fury trying to strand a leadoff single here with Baumgarten in scoring position. As Cole looks back the runner. Good spot just off the zone, 3-2. Peterson in center field was taking a stride or 2 in, thinking that was call the strike, but that just out of the zone. Full count here to the cleanup batter. This will be hit on the ground up the first base side, foul. Two areas you can kind of get away a little bit with again, football into baseball fields, kind of those alleys, that left center, right center. That's where you can maybe let something on the barrel of the bat help you out as a pitcher, as he did not go through the zone, as will be a walk for Getty. Getty did not go through, so they'll have runners at first and second now for the Vikings to Eli Mack, the sophomore designated hitter. If you hit one right down the right field line, it's short at 302. 316 again to left, and then about 355, 365 to left center and right center respectively. As Mack sees this out of the zone for a ball, it's 1-0. Baumgarten at second base, Carson Getty at first. As Cole Fury sees this called for a strike, it's 1-1. Cole Fury, one good pitch away, as we were talking about earlier with Carter Grunwald, one good pitch away from trying to strand a couple of base runners onto the top of the first inning. As this misses, up for a ball now, 2-1. Last year at this time, we were talking about rain, we were talking about wind, and we were talking about cold conditions. Here, not so much the latter part, but the wind is still very much in play. As this works for a ball now, 3-1, as the little rain shower or sprinkles that we had making its way through here in Oaks and starting to the south and the west part of the ballpark here starting to brighten up a little bit. There's a good swing by Mack. Makes the count full. 3-2 back-to-back counts that have been full here for a Kindred batter against Cole Fury. As that pitch count is starting to rise a little bit here for Cole. Daylight play getting back as Jace Fury is keeping as we'll have the 3-2 pitch. And this one will go foul, and we'll do it all over again. For the Sargent County Bulldogs, Hanson, Brody Marr, and Connor Olson, the 6, 7, and 8 batters due up here as we make our way to the top of the second inning. Question is, will Kindred be taking a lead? They put a couple of runs up against Enderlin 3 early on Tuesday to get ahead of the Eagles, eventually in their opening round win over the number 9 seed of the Enderlin Eagles back on Tuesday. Cole Fury sees this one hit on the ground, and this will be into right field for a base hit. One run comes in, and then it's going to be bobbled by Marr. The second run by Carson Getty will stay put at third base. It's an RBI single here for Eli Mack, and we have a new score on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It's the Kindred Vikings 1 and the Sargent County Bulldogs scoreless. So Mack does a good job working the count. Hits one opposite field for the RBI single. Able to plate Brady Baumgarten for the first run of the contest. Getty goes first to third. And an RBI at that here for Mack, as it's now a 1-0 game as it goes to Graham Hess. The junior catcher, and with runners at the corners, Mack at first, Getty at third. We'll see the play for Coach Milbrandt. Runners will stay put. This one missing outside for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 offering from Fury going to be fouled. That'll be 1 ball and 1 strike. Making its way through so far here in terms of pitching. 26 pitches so far here for Cole Fury in this first inning. Hess sees this, miss for a ball. It's now 2-1. Going back through the pitching parameters here at the Region 1 baseball tournament. 0 to 45 pitches. You don't have to worry about taking a day off. You can pitch again tomorrow. You throw anything more than 45, 46 to 90, you have to have 1 day. So your tournament in Oaks would then be done for the today and tomorrow. Then anything over 90, 2 days off. As this goes up the first base side foul, now 2-2. You get 120 daily pitch maximum unless you're finishing off a batter. Then the most you get in a tournament is 135 pitches total. Again, unless you're finishing off a batter, then 3 appearances that you get. As this goes popped up over the concession stands, and we'll keep it at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So that's just part of the situation in terms of coaches have to navigate through just a little bit, that chess match of how many pitches do you want someone to throw, what's the situation. If you get on a team early, can you win in 5 or 6 instead of playing the full 7? As we'll have another full count, so 3 straight batters with a 3-2 count here, as Graham Hess has fouled off a couple, done a good job staying alive in that batter's box. Mack at first, Getty at third, 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning. Strike 3, looking to retire this side. First strikeout for Cole Fury, and a good one at that. 1 run off 2 hits. There were no errors and a runner left. We played 1 today here in Oaks. It's a new score. Kindred leads by 1.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
Milner Grain understands that agriculture is your livelihood, and we're committed to providing you with the highest quality of services to meet your farming needs. Milner Grain has a passion for our community and the farmers we serve. Milner Grain is locally owned and operated. When you're looking for a partner in the field, look to Milner Grain. Call 701-427-5284 or check out Milner Grain's app with current up-to-date prices. Milner Grain is here to help you and your farm grow.
Welcome to the 130th Annual Norman County Fair, June 24th through 27th, Ada, Minnesota. FFA Day. New this year, Jindo Bingo, the Big Air ATV show in the R&J Broadcasting Grandstand. Plus free music, basketball challenge, Check 6 Veterans Day, Youth Day, Senior Day, racing, the Mooncats, lumberjack shows, and so much more. For the full schedule, visit NormanCountyFair.com. Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 24th through 27th. It's where summer begins and the fun never ends.
As we continue here on YourLiveEvent.com on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, a Kindred Vikings lead by a run over the Sargent County Bulldogs as now the sun is making its way through the clouds here in Oaks. Just 14 pitches for Carter Grunwald in that first inning, while on the opposite side it was 32 pitches for Cole Fury in the first inning here today from Cummings Field in Oaks. As we make our way through, Elijah Hansen due up, the freshman first baseman. We'll see this one miss for a ball from Carter Grunwald. It's 1-0. If you just join us, an RBI single by Eli Mack is the difference in this game. That plated the leadoff batter for the Kindred Vikings and Brady Baumgarten. 2 balls, no strikes. Sargent County got a couple of hits against Grunwald in the first. As this one goes foul, it's 2-1. Able to get a single by Peterson and a single by Newstall with 1 out in consecutive order that were eventually left in scoring position with 2 down there for the Bulldogs. But from a Randy Searstead perspective, you're threatening early. That was the main thing. As this would be a swing and a miss. Grunwald now makes it 2-2 on the count to Hansen. Bulldogs looking to threaten again here in the top of the second. Grunwald, time to play with the lead, especially right when your team gives you a run. Can you have a tidy top half of the frame and get those bats back up to the plate? First full count that we'll see from a Bulldog batter here against Grunwald, and the 3-2 pitch. Strike 3, looking, painted the corner. Grunwald gets his second strikeout looking, and there's 1 down. Good pitch on the way there from Grunwald. If you're Hansen, you're maybe looking for something a little bit different than just here comes on the outside part of the plate as it goes to Brody Marr. A sophomore right fielder batting 7th here for head coach Randy Searstead and the Bulldogs. As the breaking ball called the strike, gets 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. That'll miss outside for a ball. It's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Brody Marr here for Sargent County. As this will be called a strike, it's 1-2. Grunwald working ahead on the batter here, trying to see if he can get his second straight strikeout of the inning. 1-2 pitch, foul, tipped in the glove of Hess, who hangs on, and there it is, back-to-back Ks, third strikeout for Grunwald, 2 down in the top of the first inning. Region 2 baseball tournament scheduled on Saturday, the 6-7 matchup of Maple River and Larimore. And then from there, the 3 seed this year, Thompson, the number 3 with Hillsborough, Central Valley, and Mayport CG being the 1 and 2 respectively. So the 6-7 matchup has a date with, well, the team that's won last 4 straight state titles in North Dakota and Thompson in the Region 2 baseball tournament on Saturday. We can catch that on yourliveevent.com from Mayville State. Region 1 softball tournament from Hillsborough coming up a little bit later on here this weekend as well, scheduled at 11 o'clock in the morning start. 3 straight pitches out of the zone to Connor Olson, the junior DH here against Carter Grunwald. Be the second batter that's worked the count to a 3-ball count here in the inning. Olson taking all the way. Grunwald delivers a strike. It's 3-1. You'll have the 7, 8, 9 batters due up in the bottom half of the frame with Carter Grunwald. Good speed pitch, and that was a 3-2 count, and that is a strike into the side for Carter Grunwald. His 4th strikeout. We played an inning and a half today on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It's 1-0 in favor of Kindred.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com.
Order yours today, and we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is accepting applications for a broadcast sales representative. Applicant should be self-motivated, organized, have ability to communicate clearly, and the desire to help our customer partners grow their business with customer service for their advertising and marketing needs. All experience levels are encouraged to apply. To apply, email your resume to apply@rjbroadcasting.com. R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
High school baseball today here on yourliveevent.com as we're broadcasting from the Farmers Union Insurance David Bergman Agency broadcast booth, your headquarters for home to auto, life, and more. Get in contact with David at 701-724-6252. That's 724-6252. So after a 3-up, 3-down strikeout of the sign for Carter Grunwald, we'll see what he can do at the plate against Cole Fury. Here's the 1-0. We call the strike. It's now 1-1. 7, 8, 9 lineup here for the Kindred Vikings with Max Bernier and Jeremy Knight before it goes back to the top of the lineup. The 1-1. That'll be called a strike. It's now 1-2. Cole Fury. Let's see if he can get back-to-back Ks after recording a strikeout of Graham Hess to retire the Vikings in the first. This one will be hit down the left field side, but that'll go foul and out of play as well. Further in left field, Peterson in center, Brody Marr again in right for the Bulldogs, and the outfield left to right. The 1-2 going to be foul tipped off the glove of Erickson right to Coach Searstead up the third base coaching box. Shows off the arm, gives it to his pitcher there, Cole Fury. 1-2 offering here to Carter. Swing and a miss. This one will be a strikeout as well, held on by Erickson behind the plate. And Cole Fury gets his second strikeout of the morning. As we make our way to the afternoon, Max Bernier, the senior first baseman, will dig in now for the Vikings. It's Cole Fury. Rocks and delivers. This one will be fouled and towards the concession stands, and that one I think might have went right into the concession stands. Everybody looks to be okay. Probably won't see that too many times throughout the rest of the day. Everyone kind of having a good chuckle and a laugh there. The Sour Patch Kids are all right. That's the main thing. As this is called a strike, it's now 0-2 to Max Bernier. At the concession stands, you even got to bring your glove and be kind of head on a swivel a little bit. Here's the 0-2 from Cole Fury. That'll run in at the hands, now 1-2. Fargo-Moorhead Redhawks baseball gets underway. Obviously, Minnesota Twins have been in action for quite some time, losing to Miami, I think, 4 or 5 games under 500 again for the Twins. Strike 3 looking. Cole Fury paints the plate. He's got his third straight strikeout here, and there's 2 down quickly in the bottom of the second inning on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Now to Jeremy Knight. Knight had himself a really good day at the plate against the Underland Eagles. Got on board with a walk, couple of hits, moved guys around, kind of what you want as a number 9 batter, almost another table setter here for the Vikings as this one misses out of the zone. It's 1-0. Well, Cole looking to have a tidy inning after 32 pitches were thrown in the first. Falls behind against Knight. Here's the 1-0. Now 2-0. Coming up throughout the course of the broadcast, we'll keep you apprised of what the Region 2, other Region 3, and brackets will kind of look like. A lot of those get underway on Saturday, as this one is going to be foul over the batting cages up the left field side. It's now 2-1. Just see a wind of gust coming through, and for some of these players, whether it's their pants or the jerseys, it is just whipping around like it's the top of a flag on a flagpole. Swing and a miss. Now 2-2. Both pitchers so far have gone through the elements of Fury and Grunwald attacking the zone. As you hear from Scott Milbrandt, talks about just pounding the zone with pitches. 2-2 pitch hit right back up the middle where it came from. And Jeremy Knight, like we said, a good table setter at the number 9 spot, gets aboard with 2 down here in the second. Be the third hit against Cole Fury, all single variety. First time through the lineup card here for Cole. An inning and 2/3, 3 hits, a run that was earned, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts here for Cole. Now it goes to Brady Baumgarn, a single with a run scored. It came in off that Eli Mack RBI single in the bottom half of the first inning. Is this missing for a ball? It's 1-0. Sargent County in the third. We'll see their 9-1-2 batters with Carson Diley, Anthony Furterer, and Tristan Peterson due up once we head to the top of the third. Pick play. We'll slide back safely. It's Jeremy Knight with 2 down here, and with Knight, not a bad opportunity there from Cole Fury to try to keep the runner close to first. See if he might try to scamper into scoring position. He stays put. There's a swing. It's going to be hit to right field. This one will be played here by Marr. Marr will able to bring it back into the infield. An opposite field single here for Baumgarten. And for the Kindred Vikings, threatening now here in the second, back-to-back 2-out singles. And it goes to Jackson Schliemann, who popped out on 1 pitch to Jace Fury at second base, his first time up in the bottom of the first inning. Fury looks back the runner. Nice spot. It's going to be called a strike. It's 0-1. Win this game, play 24 hours from now, and if you win this game, you can get 1 step closer to Monday and being one of the 3 teams remaining in the Region 1 baseball tournament. That's the goal. Just get to Monday, whether you have 1 loss or 0 losses. But if you have the team with 0, you really got everything in control of maybe what you want to do from a pitching staff variety and how you want to execute some of the pieces on a chessboard, if you will, from a coaching perspective on who you want to kind of go out there and maybe have an opener, maybe have your number 1 or number 2 throw on a certain day just you like a matchup or a team that you see a little bit better. Schliemann takes another ball. He'll earn a walk, and bases will be full of Vikings potentially here in the second. Cole Fury looking to get to the zone, able to see a high chopper. This will go to the second baseman. Quickly got to go. In time? Yes. Good play by Jace Fury to Hansen, 4-3 on the putout. There are no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left. 2 today on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It's still Kindred up by 1.
Take your softball or baseball skills to the next level with personalized instruction from the professional staff at the Ball Yard. Their mission is to provide area players, young and old, the opportunity to improve their skills in a professional level facility and to provide a high level of instruction to youth players to help them achieve their goals at the Ball Yard. Come and visit the one place in the Fargo-Moorhead area where it's always summer. For more information, go online to fmballyard.com. That's fmballyard.com.
What was that? Is that top insurance?
No, I'm pretty sure it's Toop Insurance.
Maybe Toupee.
Could be Toupee. Yeah, I don't know.
Or Taupe Insurance?
Maybe? I don't think so.
Say it right. That's T-O-O-P. That's Taupe.
Oh, it's Taupe.
That's Taupe Insurance in Castleton. Get in touch with Ryan today for a quote or review of your policies. Stop on out to Watts Ace Hardware in Castleton and gear up with name brands from Steel, Milwaukee, Ego, and Craftsman Power Tools. Get ahead of your spring planting needs with flowers, shrubs, and trees. Watts Ace Hardware Greenhouse is open now. Watts Ace Hardware, a place you need to check out. Stop in at 1610 Governor's Drive in Castleton for Watts Ace Hardware and check out their greenhouse, which is open right now.
As we return, first pitch swinging here for Diley as he hits it to the second baseman to Schliemann. And Diley is retired 4-3 on the putout. So for Carter Grunwald, first time through the lineup card, 2 1/3 innings, 1 hit. That was 2 hits, back in the first inning. 0 walks and 4 strikeouts for Grunwald, first time through the lineup card. As it goes back to the top of the lineup with Anthony Furter struck out looking in the first inning. Coming up next, it'll be Central Cass and Oaks in part 2 of our winners bracket games here today in Oaks. Is this one missing low? Now 1-0. Throughout the course of the contest here, also stay tuned with us for the post-game show as we'll get to our Agassi Precision Egg Play of the Game, Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, final box score, that and more. That'll be all coming up on the Norman County Raceway post-game report. 1-0, going to be swinging a miss. It's now 1-1. The 1-1. Popped up in the air. This one into short center, kind of into Bermuda's Triangle, and Baumgartner does a good job playing center field and calls off the second baseman Schliemann at the last minute. So Furter is retired on 3 pitches on the little soft fly out to center, and there's 2 down here in the top of the third with Tristan Peterson. Peterson with a 1-out single. His last time up was eventually stranded at third base in the top of the third inning. Grunwald one hops the catcher to Hess. It's 1-0. As Peterson trying to see if he can get a little 2-out rally going here for Sargent County, as Kindred did in the second, just couldn't plate that run across. It'll be 1 ball and 1 strike as the wind continues to whip around here in Oaks. Here's 2-2. That'll miss. And the state of North Dakota today had areas of 30 to 40 mile-an-hour winds, others kind of in that 50 to maybe upper 60 in terms of wind gusts today for wind advisories and wind effect. Oaks kind of more of that 35 to 45 range in terms of the wind than just the gust that'll be on top of that. As it'll be a 5-pitch walk. Carter Grunwald with his first free pass of the morning. Tristan Peterson will take first base. Now it goes to Harry Newstill. As Newstill had an opposite field single his last time up for the sophomore shortstop in the first inning. The pitch from Grunwald will be called a strike. It's now 0-1. As Grunwald looks into Hess behind the plate. The 0-1 pitch. That'll miss for a ball. It's now 1-1. Max Bernier holding on. Peterson over at first. 1-1 pitch. It's going to be a high hopper to the second baseman. Able to play this one as Schliemann. He'll take it for unassisted to retire this side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left. 2.5 today on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It's still 1-0 in favor of Kindred.
From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customer satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
Bottom of the third inning here on YourLiveEvent.com as we take a look at our bracket breakdown on what's going to happen later today. Again, this game between Kindred and Sargent County, they'll play the winner of our next contest of Oaks and Central Cass. That game is scheduled for a 1 o'clock first pitch start. Loser out games later tonight or this afternoon will be Enderlin and Oak Grove at 4 o'clock to follow with Northern Cass and the Ball Stars of Hankinson, Fairmount, Campbell, Tinta, Rossholt, and Lidgerwood. That, again, is the bracket breakdown for today. Tomorrow, same time, same place, 11 o'clock in the morning, the semifinals, and 3 straight loser out games starting at 1 o'clock. Go to banknorth.bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender at Bank North for everyday banking to business and ag lending. They support local families and businesses with financial solutions rooted in community commitment. Again, go to banknorth.bank. Chase Miller alongside Joey Hughes with you today from Cummings Field in Oaks, North Dakota. Heart of the lineup, Fisher Johnson, Carson Getty, and Eli Mack. 3, 4, and 5 batters due up here. Johnson grounded out his last time up as that was right to Hansen over at first base in the first inning. Here's the 0-1. That'll miss outside for a ball, 1 ball, and 1 strike. Central Cass Squirrels have made their way to the ballpark. Oaks hosting, able to see some of the players help out Rake a little bit. As Johnson, it's a towering pop-up. This one will be into center field. The center fielder comes in and can't make the play for Peterson and eventually gets aboard. Well, the wind did definitely play a factor there. Peterson and the right fielder and Brody Moore just trying to see where that one was going to go, and it went more towards right field, but with the wind going across the way, able to pop it in, and for Fisher Johnson, able to get to second base some way, somehow, and that's all that matters from a Kindred perspective, trying to get a runner aboard here to open up the inning against Cole Fury as it goes to Carson Getty, and Getty takes a strike, gets 0-1. Not going to be the last, and it won't be the first throughout the rest of today here in terms of what the wind will do with just the box score in the lineup, as Johnson will get credited with a double on that play. As we see it, 1 ball and 1 strike to Carson Getty. Getty takes a strike now, 1-2. He earned a walk after earning the count full back in the bottom of the first inning. So Johnson at second, trying to see if he can get that second run across for Kindred, as this one will run in at the hands. Is now 2-2. Kindred the 1 seed, Sargent County the 4 seed. Bulldogs in their dark blue tops with the gray pants. Kindred, they're all whites with the blue numerals and lettering. This will be hit on the ground. It will be a productive play regardless. Fury has to quickly come up with it to Hansen in time for Jace Fury. Gets the hustling Carson Getty 4-3 on the put-up, but again, a productive out that moves Johnson up to third base. 1 down here in the bottom of the third inning to Eli Mack, and Mack will come up with a runner aboard again. He was able to drive in Brady Baumgarten in the first inning with the single. We'll see what he does here, while Cole Fury will try to bear down a little bit as the infield takes a couple of steps in here for the Bulldogs. First pitch swinging. This one is laced down to right center field, and that will dive for a base hit. Peterson will barehand it and bring it back in, but it's the Mack attack with a second RBI of the contest, and the Kindred Vikings lead by 2. Eli Mack with his second hit and his second run driven in, as Kindred leads now here in the bottom of the third inning. Graham Hess will dig into the plate with 1 down. This will be smoked in the air to left. Going to play this one as Furterer. Furterer will quickly bring it back in. So Johnson again came in to score for the Mack single. Mack will take second base in 2 pitches and 2 hits. And we'll get Carter Grunwald to the plate. Vikings have had at least a couple of hits in every inning so far, and they have 7 of them total here today against Cole Fury. Now it goes to Carter Grunwald, who struck out. Fury looking for a punch out here would be big. There's a good start with a strike. It's 0-1. Here's where Kindred did it against Enderlin. They just put quality at bat and at bat together on Tuesday and just kind of passed the baton, if you will, down the lineup card, where it was a single or a good swing, and the Vikings were able to eventually pick up a win against Enderlin on Tuesday. Falling behind 0-2 is Grunwald. This one will miss out of the zone, now 1-2. Diley at third base with New still trying to keep the runner, and Matt close to second. Jace Fury at second base, Hansen at first with Erickson behind the plate. This one will be hit on the ground, backhanded by Nusso, blocks it, tries to get the runner at second, in time for the play with Jace Fury. He was on the bag enough. Nusso does a good job, bobbled it, but able to recompose himself as Grunwald will reach base on a fielder's choice. Hess is retired over at second, and then Mack will make his way to third base. As Erickson Wyckoff again behind home plate. Big out there from a Bulldog perspective as you got out number 2 here. And now it goes to Max Bernier. And Bernier will take a strike. It's 0-1. Coming up in the top of the 4th inning, we'll get to our in-game update, go over the box score so far through 3 innings, and where we have this 2-0 advantage as it stands right now. Kindred threatening to open up the game a little bit here if Bernier can put one in the outfield. Mack over at third, Graham Hess again retired at second. Now it's Gronwald, as this will be hit up the first base side foul, and we'll get a courtesy runner into the game here for the Kindred Vikings. Brock Johnson now over at first base running here for Gronwald, with Gronwald being the pitcher. Get him back into the dugout and getting ready for the top of the 4th inning. Here's the pitch, hit on the ground, and have another 2-strike pitch upcoming to Max Bernier. 1 runner across so far for the Vikings, bottom of the 3rd, as this is their 6th batter to the plate. They sent 6 in the 1st. They had 5 in the 2nd. And now 6 here in inning number 3. Sargent County going to see 4, 5, and 6 batters due up with Braxton upcoming. Good backhand by Erickson Wyckoff. Bluffs to throw to third base. Skull Fury works from the stretch. Runner's going to break, and Braxton just going to eat it at the home plate. Brock Johnson gets into scoring position. He was off and running on the pitch. And for Bernier again, just looking to see if he can put something right back up the middle, would score a run, if not 2 now for Kindred. Fury paints the corner, gets the strikeout, a large one at that, his 4th. To retire this side. But Kindred does score 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and they leave 2 through 3 on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Kindred leads by 2.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey, swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsboro, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
High school baseball here today on yourliveevent.com as we get to our in-game update, brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhb.bank. So far for Sargent County, no runs on 2 hits. They've left 3. While for the Kindred Vikings, 2 runs on 7 hits. They've left 5 today. Neither team has yet to commit an error as it stands right now. And the 2 runs plated by Eli Mack with 2 separate RBI singles. That's an in-game update brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. Braxton up at the plate, 4, 5, and 6 batters due up here as Braxton with a ground out his last time up. Here's a 2-2 on the way from Gronwald. That'll miss and work to count full, now 3-2. 47 pitch upcoming for Grunwald, while Cole Fury has so far thrown 74 pitches on the opposite side. There's a pop-up down the left field line. Getty giving chase. This one going to the warning track to the wall, and this one's gone! It's a solo homer for Braxton Erickson-Wyckoff, the junior center fielder, the junior catcher with a round tripper, and the Sargent County Bulldogs get on the board with a solo home run from their junior catcher to left. First run of the game here for Sargent County. A four-bagger for Braxton Erickson-Wyckoff, the junior catcher. Just an uppercut swing. It jets to 316 down the left field line. He hit that probably about 335, 340 right in front of the trees, about 20 feet down the line. So the Sargent County Bulldogs get a run here in the top of the first inning. Cole Fury now steps up to the plate. Fury, Hansen, and Brody Moore here for Sargent County in a game that got underway 50 minutes ago here in Oaks. Grunwald, see this outside for a ball. Cole Fury with a ground out his last time up at the plate. Grounded out to the shortstop to Iverson. As this one hops the catcher. It's now going to be a 2-1 count. Getty in left, Baumgarten in center, Knight in right here for the Vikings. Makes the count 3-1. Fisher Johnson at third, Iverson at shortstop, Schliemann at second, Max Bernier first, and Hess behind the plates. Here's the 3-1. Fouled, and we'll keep it at 3 balls and 1 strike. Three-one pitch, swing and a miss. Or 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Cole Fury is retired. Grunwald gets his 5th strikeout of the contest. Struck out the sign of the second, retired Furterer with the K, looking in the first, now gets one of Fury here in the 4th as it goes to Elijah Hansen. For the Sargent County Bulldogs. Hansen to see this one miss. Hansen with a strikeout, looking his first time up for the freshman first baseman. Also going to see Elijah on the mound throughout the course for Randy Searstead as well throughout the course of his season. Bulldogs get 1 run back so far here in the top of the 4th, down by 1. As Grunwald delivers a strike, it's now 3-1. Three-one pitch for Grunwald. This one will be laced, but foul over the batter's box. Works the count full, now 3-2. One thing Sargent County doing well in this inning, giving some counts for Braxton, Cole, and Elijah. Have worked it to a 2 and now 3 ball count. 3-2 pitch, able to paint the corner. Grunwald with the strikeout, his 2nd of the inning. Now to Brody Marr, who struck out swinging in the 2nd. Northeast Regional Track and Field, that's moved to Saturday in Mayville with the wind conditions tomorrow, so they're going to move that to Saturday. The Southeast Regional Track and Field scheduled for Kindred on Saturday morning, starting at 10:30 for the field events with track at noon. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, now 0-2. And just be a week from today, the state track and field meet gets underway in Bismarck. The 0-2 to Brody. Fouled, and we'll keep it at no balls and 2 strikes. A couple weeks from state baseball, state softball in Jamestown as well, opening up in 2 weeks. This will be a high hopper to the second baseman. Schliemann will play it. Able to collect himself, throw it across to Bernier to retire this side. But the inning started with a bang, a Braxton Erickson-Wyckoff solo home run, and the Sargent County Bulldogs are back within 1.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks, they make sure your vehicle gets the best standard of care to get it back on the road as quickly as possible. Lonnie and his team are some of the most highly trained in the industry. With state-of-the-art technology and superior products, your vehicle will leave in great condition. With their drive-in claims area, the process is smooth and easy. Let Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks provide you and your vehicle with premium care and attention. Open 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. Abra Auto Body and Glass of Grand Forks.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Bottom of the fourth inning here on your liveevent.com on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It's Kindred 2, Sargent County 1. You win this game, played 11 o'clock tomorrow morning in the semifinals. Lose and you head to a loser-out game upcoming tomorrow afternoon, as that contest, again, will be making its way through. And they'll play at 4 o'clock tomorrow for the loser of this game, again, scheduled for a 4 o'clock contest against the winner upcoming of a little bit later on of what that's going to be making its way through later today with the cross-bracketing as they will make its way. This one's going to be an check swing as it goes foul. So 9-1 and 2 batters. Jeremy Knight here due up for the Kindred Vikings. So Knight, Brady Baumgarten, and then Jackson Schliemann again due up here for the Kindred Vikings. Cole Fury on the mound continuing for his fourth inning of work, giving up 7 hits so far, 2 runs that were earned, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. Did not go through. Hamry calling balls and strikes. It's Cale Hamry behind the plate. Up the first base line is Dave Klunt, and then Justin Farkas up the third base line for our umpiring crew today from Cummings Field. The pitch tonight, swing and a miss into the glove of Erickson Wyckoff. And for Fury, he gets his 5th strikeout on the mound here for Sargent County. Third time through the lineup card here for Kindred, and for Fury so far, he has thrown 3 1/3, 78 pitches, 51 that have been strikes. As Brady 2 for 2 today with a pair of singles and a run scored, he will take this one outside for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 offering as Fury rocks and delivers. This one missing for a ball. It's now 3-0. Sargent County so far in terms of pitchers. Harry Newstall, 64 pitches in their win over Oak Grove. Elijah Hansen threw 35, and Braxton Erickson Wyckoff threw 14 pitches. So this is their 4th pitcher that they've used so far here in the Region 1 baseball tournament. First appearance, though, for Cole Fury. The 2-1 to Baumgarten. That'll be called a strike. Right at the knee, inner part of the plate, now 2-2. Vikings a run in the first and a run in the third here today. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Fury with back-to-back Ks. 2 down here in the inning. As it goes to Jackson Schliemann, just rolled the fastball back and challenged Brady. Now it goes to Jackson Schliemann, 0 for 2 today with a pop-out and a grounder to the second baseman in Jace Fury in both the first and second innings, respectively. This one's called a strike. It's 0-1. Gwinner coming off a really good season in terms of their Babe Ruth team, making it to state in Lemoore this past summer, finishing in the top 4, and that was kind of the, if you want to call it the rallying cry almost, to get it approved within the school systems for Foreman, Gwinner, and Milner. Able to have their own baseball team this year, and here they are in the winner's bracket, the Region 1 baseball tournament. 0-2 missing outside for a ball, 1-2. After Sargent County with their co-op, some were making their way to Enderlin, others were going to Oaks depending on what school district you were in, but this year making their own. 1-2 pitch, a high grounder. Neusta will play it. Behind second base, has to quickly fire across, not in time. Well, Schliemann's got wheels down the line. It's an infield single For the Kindred Vikings, they have 4 straight innings where they have at least gotten 1 hit, and that'll continue here with a 2-out infield single by Jackson Schliemann. Still gave it a good attempt, but by the time he almost came to a second hop, that gave enough time for Schliemann to hustle down the first baseline. Is he able to get in? Fisher Johnson with a double his last time up. The wind was able to aid that one as it went towards the right fielder, but then eventually landed in front of the center fielder in Peterson. Back in the 3rd inning. Still a dangerous batter here, and you don't want to give something too clean to hit to Johnson, who also does have the capability to put one out of the ballpark. Hitters count. They take a look back at Schliemann as he kind of almost barreled back to first base. Sun making its way through the clouds here. Again, we had a little mist, just a tad of sprinkles earlier here in the contest. As this one works outside, now 3-0. We'll see if Cole Fury challenges, and does Fisher get a green light here? Carson Getty due up next for the Vikings. That'll work, and that'll hit him regardless. So Fisher Johnson will take first base. Schliemann to second, and runners at first and second now for Kindred, bottom of the 4th inning. In the 5th, it'll be 8-9-1 with Connor Olson, Carson Diley, and Anthony Ferderer due up here for Sargent County as we make our way to the noon hour here on YourLiveEvent.com. Chase Miller and Joey Hughes with you, broadcasting from Tornado Alley. Here is where the press box for football, but call it Tornado Alley when it comes to the baseball portion here of Cummings Field. I'm going to make sure that every Fisher's all right running up and down that first base line after getting hit with the pitch. Kind of gives everybody the thumbs up as Dave Clunt making sure he's good to go. And we're back to business. Kindred, they've left 5 runners aboard so far through 3 innings, trying to put another run across here and get back up by 2 potentially. Getty, first pitch swinging, hits this one, and oh, what a glove play by Newstill. A snow cone play on a blustery afternoon here in Oaks. Newstill with that one possibly saves a run. And after the 4th inning, there were no runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 runners left. We played 4 today. Here in Oaks, it's 2-1, Kindred.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
So we make our way top of the 5th inning. A good one here today between the number 1 seed of Kindred and the number 4 seed of Sargent County. It's the 2-1 contest here so far for the Kindred Vikings by a couple of 2 RBI singles here for Eli Mack, both in the 1st and the 3rd. So far for Sargent County, they're at 1 run, a solo homer by the junior catcher in Braxton Erickson Wyckoff. That was in the 4th inning. Olson, Diley, and Ferderer, 8-9-1 batters due up here for Sargent County. As this one missing low, it's now 1-1 to Olson. Olson struck out his last time up in the 2nd. So if you're Sargent County, right where you want to put yourself as the lower seed in any particular situation, give yourself a chance late in the contest. Bulldogs with a chance to tie or possibly take the lead here in the 5th. Get some table setters here, bottom of the lineup if you can get on for Olson and Diley, and then get to a couple of guys who can barrel a ball up here or there for Sargent County as this one hops the catcher. It's now 3-1. Gronwald, 4 innings of work so far, 3 hits, 1 run that was earned, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. There's going to be a 5-pitch walk, so Connor Olson gets aboard for the second free pass. First walk here since the 3rd inning, with Tristan Peterson earned a free bag. As now it goes to Carson Diley, and with nobody out, what's going to be the play here for head coach Randy Searstead? With the number 9 batter, Diley grounded out on 1 pitch to Schliemann, his last time up in the 3rd. As Gronwald sees this, going to be a bunt, and there's a nice play by Hest, and he throws it into left field. Good coverage here by Knight. So Hess makes the good play, trying to get the twin killing, if you will, to Max Bernier, but that one was way over Max to even climb the ladder, so Olsen was going to be back safely at first, but doing a nice job there was Hess on the first one to get the out. But fortunately on the play, able to see that not go for a error, and eventually Olsen go an extra 90 feet as there's a swing and a miss to Anthony Fergerer. Anthony today 0 for 2 with a strikeout looking, and a fly ball to center field to Baumgarten, his last time up in the 3rd. Here's the 0-1. Good pitch for a strike. It's now 1-1. The Kindred Vikings 17-2 on the season, looking for their 18th win. Well, for Sargent County, a team that a lot of road games early on in the season, got a handful of home games late in May, as this one goes down the first base side, and this will be a foul ball. One thing both Scott Milbrandt and Randy Searstead said, today when the ball is up, expect it to be in play at any time. Go after a foul ball. It might end up being fair, and that was one right there with Fergerer on an inside-out swing that was close to trying to make its way in the outfield. 1-2 swing and a miss, and Grunwald gets the strikeout, his 7th of the afternoon, and there's 2 down. Now it's up to Tristan Peterson. Peterson, with a single in the first, was eventually stranded at 3rd, then earned a 5-pitch walk in the 3rd. Grunwald. We'll see this popped up, and that'll go right over. Little crow's nest they have over the seating area here today, the grandstand in Oaks, which is also where our camera is. So hopefully that doesn't get a foul ball once or twice, but we'll see. The 0-2 upcoming here to Tristan Peterson. No balls, 2 strikes to the junior center fielder, who's got a battle now against Grunwald. Tie and run at first with Connor Olson, a leadoff walk. Swing and a miss, got him. And after a leadoff walk, stranded at first was Olson. No runs, no hits, no errors of the runner left. 8 strikeout for Grunwald on the mound. 4.5 today. It's Kindred 2, Sargent County 1.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at BloomfieldTrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yield and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
As we come back here on YourLiveEvent.com, bottom of the 5th inning, it's Mack, Hess, and Grunwald. Cole Fury so far, 92 pitches, 4 innings of work, 8 hits, 2 runs that were earned, a walk, and 6 strikeouts here for Cole Fury, Mack, Hess, and Grunwald. And this one will go foul, and for the first time today, Eli Mack will be at home plate without a runner aboard, which is good news for Sargent County because he had an RBI single in the first, which plated Brady Baumgarten, and then also an RBI single in the 3rd, which plated Fisher Johnson. Quickly, 0-2 here. As Fury getting closer to that pitch limit that you'll have in one particular game or one particular day, as the 0-2 missing low. It's now 1-2 going through again the pitch rules. Get 120 daily pitch maximum unless you're finishing off a at-bat. 135 in the tournament. As Fury has the 1-2. Strike 3 looking. Fury gets his 7th strikeout. And there's one down here in the 5th inning. So for Cole Fury, he gets his 7th K. Graham Hess at the plate. 1 of 2 with a single his last time up. This could be a developing theme just with the wind blowing cross in from left field towards, from right towards left, and also a little bit more blowing in towards the third base dugout. Just could see a lot more lower scoring potential. But both these teams kind of working on some jams, as Kindred has left 7 runners aboard, while for the Bulldogs, they've left 4 runners on base. Cole Fury delivers a strike, gets 0-2. Good news, though, from the winner's bracket perspective, you lose a game, you still can play here in Oaks tomorrow. If you win, well, you know you're going to make your way eventually to that championship round on Monday if you can find a way to pick up a W here today, and then as well get to that semifinal round matchup here tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. 1-2, going to be hitting the air. That'll go towards right and over the right fielder here further. And how far can Graham Hess run? As Hess will get into second base as, Brady Marr able to play that in right field. So Graham Hess with a opposite field double with an extra base hit, and he will come out of the contest. We'll see if he gets a courtesy runner or just handing off some of his batting equipment. But for Graham's second time, he's able to reach base, and he will stand at second. And now it goes for the Vikings to their number 7 batter. As Grunwald reach base on a fielder's choice in the third, struck out swinging in the second. He takes a strike, gets 0-1. If you're the Vikings, trying to see if he can maybe, with that pitch count, chase Cole Fury out with a couple of long at-bats here in the 5th. As the 0-1 little daylight play, Neustill applies the tag. We'll get a time called. Here's the 0-1 pitch. As Cole Fury looks back the runner. Pop up, and this one with the wind will easily go foul as it goes over one of the light towers here in Oaks. It was so cloudy and dusty earlier today that they put the lights on here at Cummings Field, as it kind of looked like it was more the evening than the morning. As this one works outside, now 1-2. Large little extra run or insurance run, if you'd like to call it, as it stands right now with Graham Hess. Bulldogs just one swing of the bat from possibly tying the game. This will work outside for a ball. Carter Grunwald takes it. Now at 2-2. First of 4 games today here on YourLiveVent.com from Oaks. This one was going to be golfed down the left field line. Could be playable, and that'll die in for a base hit in front of Ferderer. Rounding third on his way home is Graham Hess. And Carter Grunwald just able to put the bat out in front of the baseball there and give it a little poke down the left field line. He gets aboard with a extra base hit. So back-to-back doubles for the Vikings, and they have now taken a 3-1 advantage. Grunwald helps his own cause. Graham Hess comes in to score. It's now 3-1. Just on that RBI double. How large will that one be as this game continues? As Carter Grunwald will check out, Brock Johnson now will come on and run for him at second base, as they see this with Max Bernier. As they make sure they got everything situated here in terms of the courtesy runner coming on in as well. Well, for the Vikings, what this does, it just allows the pitch count to continue to climb, as we were alluding to earlier here with Fury. As Fury's at 105 pitches, this is a swing and a miss. It's now 0-1 to Bernier. As this one will work inside for a ball, we'll actually get a New batter to the plate here for the Kindred Vikings, as we're going to see. Looks like Kunznia is at the plate. That's exactly who it is. So Kunznia batting here for Max Bernier as it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Cole Fury looks back Grunwald, Brock Johnson. This one goes foul back. It's 1-2. It's the first time we're seeing Hunter here at the plate for the Kindred Vikings as Kuznia falls behind the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jeremy Knight due up next. The 1-2. This one's going to be swing and a miss. They'll have to complete the strikeout. Able to do so. Cole gets his 8th, and there's 2 down. Runner stays put with Brock at second base as it goes to Jeremy Knight. Knight with a single was stranded in the second at second base. Struck out his last time up in the 4th. For Sargent County in inning number 6, Newstill, Erickson, and Wyckoff. Newstill, Erickson, Wyckoff, and Cole Fury, the 3, 4, and 5 batters due up in the top of the 6th inning upcoming for Sargent County. This works for a ball. It's 1-0. Kindred trying to see if they can put up a little crooked number here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Trying to get that second run across with Brock Johnson in scoring position. This is called a strike. It's now 1-1. For Fury, he's starting to get down to his final pitches, currently with 111 here for Cole Fury. This is hitting the air, and this has got a chance into the gap, and that one's going to one-hop and all the way to the wall. Jeremy Knight will round first. He's on his way to second. He will stay there. It's an RBI double, and it's the 3rd double of the inning here for Kindred as they take a 4-1 advantage. So Brock Johnson comes in to score. Knight in that number 9 hole doing a good job for the sophomore left fielder. And we'll get a new pitcher upcoming. That'll put the book here on Cole Fury. The Kindred Vikings 4 runs here as they lead it by 3. Let you know about the defensive changes and the new pitcher when we return.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Take a look at the final line score here for Cole Fury. 4 2/3 innings, 112 pitches, 73 for strikes, 4 2/3 again. 11 hits, 4 runs, 3 that were earned, a walk, and 8 strikeouts here today for Cole Fury. For the Kindred Vikings, 3 extra base hits, a double by Hess, a double by Gronwald, and a double by Jeremy Knight has allowed Kindred to put 2 runs up so far here in the in the 5th, and start to separate, leading it 4-1. As on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhb.bank. It's the largest lead of the game here for the Vikings. They're up 1-0 after 1, 2-0 after 3, 2-1 after 4, and now at least up by 3 here after the 5th. Is this going to be called a strike? It's 0-1. Back to the top of the lineup here, as Baumgarten with 2 singles today and a run scored. This one will be hit on the ground. Newstill over at shortstop will play it. Flips it across in time for the out. 6-3 on the put-up. But 2 runs come across on 3 hits. No errors and a runner left. We played 5 today here from Cummings Field. It's Kindred up by 3.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Emery Vistos Implement has been family-owned and operated since 1935. Located in Oaks, North Dakota, they sell CarQuest automotive parts and numerous lines of agriculture parts. Plus, you'll have to stop by and check out their clothing and footwear department, featuring the brands of Brothers in Arms, Howitzer, Ariat, Cinch, and Twisted X Footwear. Emery Vistos Implement, everything and anything you need is under one roof. Stop in just south of Oaks on Highway 1 or call 701-742-2167.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
High school baseball today here on YourLiveEvent.com as Grunwald on for his sixth inning of work. This one's going to be laced in the air to left field, and a good start here from a Sargent County perspective. Sargent County able to get aboard with Harry Newstall here for the third at-bat for Harry's afternoon, and he's going to get his second hit. And for Sargent County, you're not going to get everything back on one swing, but trying to see if you can maybe get a run or two back here before you get to that seventh inning. This is going to be called a strike to Erickson Wyckoff here. It's now 0-1. Braxton hit a home run his last time up, able to golf one out down the line to left. Takes a good rip at this one, and that's going to split the gap and get into left center. Newstall's going to round second base. The center fielder here with Baumgartner will play it in quickly. Runners at the corners. 3 pitches, 2 hits here for Sargent County, and the Bulldogs are threatening here on the top of the sixth inning. The fifth hit of the game against Carter Grunwald, and now Scott Milbrandt will come out and talk it over here with the infield. We'll take a quick break with them, broadcasting today from Oaks.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Get in touch with David Bergerman today at 701-724-6252.
Broadcasting today here from Oaks, North Dakota with the Farmers Union Insurance David Bergman Agency broadcast booth. Your headquarters from home to life to crop and health. Call 701-724-6252, servicing both the Foreman, Oaks, and surrounding communities. As we'll have a pitching change here, Fisher Johnson coming to the plate, so we'll let you know about the defensive changes when we return for the Sargent County Bulldogs. A single by Newstall and a single by Braxton Erickson Wyckoff. They're threatening here in the sixth.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey, swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
As we're here in the top of the sixth inning on YourLiveEvent.com. If you're enjoying this broadcast, just give our stream a like for the game link. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Chase Miller. He's Joey Hughes. Give it a share on Facebook, Twitter, or just share it with those family members and friends. If you can make it to the game, obviously come on out, support your team, support the local areas that you serve for the kids. But if you can't, we're proud to bring it to you here on YourLiveEvent.com. So it's a straight switch. Fisher Johnson will be on the mound now, where Carter Grunwald Gronwald will go to third. Gronwald is on the hook of the respective runners at first and third as he goes 80 pitches, 52 strikes here today. As Johnson missing outside for a ball, it's 1-0. Gronwald, 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 run that was earned, 2 walks and 8 strikeouts. But again, he's on the hook of Erickson Wyckoff and Harry Newstall as well. This will be hit in the air. That'll go to the second baseman. Schliemann makes one, a chance for 2, in time for the twin killing. Oh, what a play by Schliemann. How do you do on a Thursday afternoon here for Schliemann? Erickson Wyckoff is retired. That was off the end of the bat. Was a good swing by Cole Fury, but it'll go 4-3 on the DP. And just like that, Kindred 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning. Elijah Hansen 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts, 1 looking and 1 swinging. He takes a strike. It's 0-1. So you come in and on your second pitch, you have one that gets hit off the end of the bat right to Schliemann, and you're able to get 2 outs. Is this missing for a ball? It's 1-1. Or for the Bulldogs, looking for a pick-me-up at bat here by Elijah Hansen and see if he can bring Newstall in from third base. Pop-up in the air. That'll go out of play. It's 1-2. Kindred bottom half of the frame. They'll see the 2-3-4 batters with Schliemann, Fisher, Johnson, and Carson Getty coming up to the plate. Here's the 1-2. That'll run in at the hands. Now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes with the freshman first baseman. Fisher Johnson sees this one out of the zone. It's now 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch. Hit in the air down the left field line. This could be trouble, and that's going to be a foul ball. Doesn't miss by much. As Hansen able to barrel that one up, but just with the wind went foul, and we'll keep it here at 3-2. One thing that Elijah has done well, he's worked the count full in all 3 at-bats. So able to see pitches from Grunwald, see him pitches here from Johnson. Now can he just be a benefactor and put one into left like he did there, but see if he can get a base hit? While Johnson looking for a punch-out. Instead, it'll be a walk. Runners at the corners. And Bulldogs, we'll see Brody Marr at the plate, 0 for 2. As a ladybug goes right on top of our headset. 'Tis the season. And I think my first fly of the year from a spring make its way through the car when you head back from a ballpark. After the winter months, you just kind of forget about them after a while. Here's a swing and a miss here to Brody Marr. So Hansen over at first. Newstall still at third base. Bulldogs trying to see if they can get a run back here in the 6th. Fisher Johnson delivers another strike. Trying to get one more here and get out of the frame from the Kindred perspective. Swing and a miss. Johnson, 3 straight pitches, 3 straight strikes, and that will do it for Carter Gronwald as he will officially finish with 5 innings of work, 5 hits, 1 run that was earned, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts. Coming in relief, a walk, a strikeout, and a double play for Johnson. We played 5.5 on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Kindred up by 3.
It's safe to say we have it pretty good in the Drayton, North Dakota area. Growing sugar beets, making sugar, bringing a little sweetness to the world. Every day, American Crystal Sugar produces sweet products people love in a place we love to call home. It's a thing we like to call the sweet life, and we're proud to share it with you. American Crystal Sugar's Drayton facility wants you to enjoy the events in the communities of our area. Here's to living the sweet life. American Crystal Sugar, Drayton.
Imagine your life in Hillsboro, a place where neighbors know your name and opportunities are real. Here, you'll find affordable home lots and grants to help you build your future. In Hillsboro, safety, affordability, and community aren't just promises, they're our way of life. With a 24-hour fitness center, a strong school system, a trusted hospital, and a thriving business district, Hillsboro has everything you need to live well. Here, your family is our family, and your future shines bright. Discover Hillsboro, where small-town living means big opportunities.
Here today on YourLiveEvent.com, it's the Kindred Vikings 4, the Sargent County Bulldogs 1. As for Hansen on for his next inning, as he was able to finish off the last out of the 5th inning with a Brady Baumgartner able to hit a ground ball as he will go up against Schliemann, Johnson, and Carson Getty. As it stands right now, on the hook for the win is Carter Gronwald. On the hook for the loss is Cole Fury. Kindred looking to add a little bit more insurance runs to as it stands right now after the Bulldogs have left 4, make that 5 runners aboard so far here today. As this is going to be called a strike. It's 0-1. Region 1 baseball tournament. The winner of this game will play the winner of our next contest with Central Cass and Oaks. That game coming at you at around 1 o'clock here this afternoon. This will be a high hopper that'll go to Newstill at shortstop. Makes the play. Clean throw in time as Cole Fury with the stretch. 6-3 on the putout. And there's 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. As here's your bracket breakdown again, brought to you in part by Bank North. You have Oaks and Central Cass next, then loser out games this afternoon at 4 o'clock with Enderlin and Oak Grove and Northern Cass and the Ball Stars coming up at 6 o'clock. That's again a bracket breakdown brought to you in part by Bank North. Swing and a miss. Fisher Johnson sees this one at 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Called the strike, now 0-2. As Hansen looking for his first strikeout in relief. Johnson fouls this one back. And we'll continue here at 0-2. One nice thing about high school baseball fields at times, and Oaks is one of those. One area kind of more of the park district, part of the city. Other area very intimate. Got houses. You can hit a foul ball right into someone's front lawn. There's a swing and a miss. Hansen gets the strikeout. It'll be his first. 2 down here. And for Hansen, doing what you need from a Randy Searstead perspective. Able to get the strikeout, get 3 batters up that he's faced, 3 batters out, and now it goes to Carson Getty. Getty was robbed of a base hit his last time in the 4th, which would have plated a run more than likely if that gets by Newstill at shortstop. I was going to say Newstill probably made the most defensive web gem of the game before Schliemann's double play in the 5th. Those two at short and second base have been some of the best defensive plays here between the Bulldogs and the Vikings. There's a big curveball. That had a 12-6 break on it, and maybe even a little bit more with that wind just tailing it down there for Hansen. The 1-1. Breaking ball does it again at 1-2. That just has a big break off the table there for Hansen. See if he tries to go back to it, or does he throw a fastball here? Strike 3 looking. Getty is retired. Hansen gets the strikeout, his 2nd straight to retire the Vikings here in the 6th. Bulldogs down their final 3 outs, and we return in the winner's bracket of the Region 1 baseball tournament.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency providing protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 201 Main Street, Hunter.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
High school baseball today here on YourLiveEvent.com. Chase Miller alongside Joey Hughes with you here today from Oaks as we get you set for the Region 1 baseball tournament. You win this game again, you'll make your way into the semifinals at 11 o'clock in the morning on Friday, as that game will make its way to Friday again at 11 a.m. As this one's called to strike, as Bulldogs will be down to their final 3 outs unless they can put up 3 runs across. Connor Olson comes up, takes a strike. Now strike number 2 as well. 0-2 Connor. 0 of 1 today. Strikeout and a walk. He walked back in the 5th inning. Fisher Johnson continuing on the mound. As this will run up and in as Johnson looking for that 2-inning save in baseball as he came into the game where it was a 2-1 contest. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Olsen went fishing, and Johnson will get the strikeout, his second. And at the time for Fisher coming in, it actually was a 2-1 score before the Vikings put up 2 runs in the bottom half of the frame. But Johnson, regardless, gets the strikeout. As Diley sees this one miss out of the zone for a ball, it's 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. Fisher Johnson sees this one miss for a ball. It's now 2-0. Two-0 pitch on the way. That'll be called a strike. It's now 2-1. As we have a quick time as the third baseman and Carter Grunwald lost his cap, so Justin Farkas calls time. Probably won't be the first time we'll see that throughout the course of today in terms of just the wind picking up and someone losing their lid. Is this missing? Now it's going to be 3-1. Three-one pitch, work inside for a ball. Diley will take the walk. Make a second walk for Fisher Johnson in relief. And for the Bulldogs, it's all about base runners. That's what they're able to do here, get a base runner on in the 7th inning. Here's the pitch. Going to be popped up in the air out of play. It's now 0-1 to Anthony Ferderer. No balls and a strike. Ferderer 0 for 3 today with a pair of strikeouts. He will sky this one up in the air. That'll go to center field. Baumgartner comes in. The second baseman comes in, and the center fielder Baumgartner waves off Schliemann. Seen that twice today. Good job, and there's 2 down. Also still to come a little bit later on today, we'll hear from a victorious member of the winning team in our postgame show, so stay for that. Tristan Peterson reached base twice with a single and a walk, is 1 of 2 today with a single back in the 1st inning as Sargent County down their final out here of this contest. Fly ball hit in the air. This one will be popped up and eventually to Schliemann to retire the side and the game. This game finishes at 12:36 here today on YourLiveEvent.com, a game that went an hour and 34 minutes. For the Kindred Vikings, they're able to win this one, a final of 4-1 over the Sargent County Bulldogs. Carter Grunwald picks up the win, Johnson with the save, while Cole Fury picks up the loss. With the win for the Kindred Vikings, they'll play at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning in the semifinals, while on the opposite side for the Sargent County Bulldogs, they will make their way and play at 4 o'clock. Play at 4 o'clock upcoming here in a loser-out game. That'll be on Friday. So again, the win for the Vikings, they will play at 11. Sargent County will play at 4 o'clock here as we continue with more after this on YourLiveEvent.com.
Grain understands that agriculture is your livelihood, and we're committed to providing you with the highest quality of services to meet your farming needs. Milner Grain has a passion for our community and the farmers we serve. Milner Grain is locally owned and operated. When you're looking for a partner in the field, look to Milner Grain. Call 701-427-5284 or check out Milner Grain's app with current up-to-date prices. Milner Grain is here to help you and your farm grow.
As we come back on the post-game show, brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway. Get in touch with Norman County Raceway and get ready for the World of Outlaw Late Models on Tuesday, June 30th, and ADA tickets now available at NormanCountyRaceway.com. That, again, is NormanCountyRaceway.com. So taking a look at the final box score here today. Now we'll get to our player of the game, player of the contest, that and more still to come. The Kindred Vikings with the win, 4-1 over the Sargent County Bulldogs, as they were able to have 4 runs on 11 hits, no errors for the Kindred Vikings. They did leave in the game 8 runners aboard, while for Sargent County, they would finish with 1 run in the contest, 5 hits in the game. They did commit 1 error, and they would leave 5 runners aboard here for the Sargent County Bulldogs. Again, in this one, Kindred with the win, 4 runs, 11 hits, 1 run, 5 hits for Sargent County. It's now time to get to our player of the game, brought to you in part by Enbridge. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Life takes energy. That, again, is Enbridge.com. Player of the game here is going to be Eli Mack early on in this contest. Goes 2 for 2 at the plate with a couple of singles and a couple of runs driven in as well for the designated hitter. Eli Mack gets Kindred on the board early in the first and the third. He is our player of the game, brought to you in part by Enbridge. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Our Agassiz Precision Egg play of the contest, part of 2 of them. 2 really good plays, one by Newstall in the 4th that robbed Getty of a base hit and a run, and then also one by Schliemann defensively on the double play. Rob Cole Fury of a hit, then throw out Erickson Wyckoff over at a first base for the twin killing. So that was part of the plays of the contest, brought to you in part by Agassiz, your local precision planting dealer. Agassiz Precision Egg in Hillsboro. Call 701-436-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. When we come back, we'll hear from our player of the game. That is next on the Norman County Raceway Postgame Report.
Welcome to the 130th Annual Norman County Fair, June 24th through 27th, Ada, Minnesota. FFA Day. New this year, Jindo Bingo, the Big Air ATV show in the R&J Broadcasting Grandstand. Plus free music, basketball challenge, Check 6 Veterans Day, Youth Day, Senior Day, racing, the Mooncats, lumberjack shows, and so much more. For the full schedule, visit NormanCountyFair.com. Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 24th through 27th. It's where summer begins. The fun never ends.
As we come back here on our post-game show, brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway, join us is Eli Mack here as he was able to get the first 2 runs driven in of the contest for Kindred. Eli, just take us through your approach at the plate. First 2 times you had runners aboard, and just kind of take us through that in the first and third inning, your at-bats respectively.
Yeah, so top of our order does a great job every game getting on, whether it's walking or getting hits, and I just know that I need to put it in play and just try to do any job that I can to get him in.
What does it mean for this team to, make its way to the semifinals here 24 hours from now?
It means a lot. I mean, we love playing with each other. We all love each other, and we're just excited to keep playing as long as we can together.
What's the one thing that you saw early from Carter Gronwald that kind of got at least in a little bit of a rhythm and out of any particular jams here throughout the 5 innings of work for him?
Just his confidence. I mean, he knows we all trust him, and he was just up there doing what he does best, and yeah, we're all really proud of him.
Final thing for me, Eli, the conditions. What is this conditions like? Obviously, it's not raining, it's not cold, but it's windier than you know what. So what was that like, and how much did you talk about it throughout the course of the day in the dugout?
Yeah, we've been talking about it all day. We knew any ball hit in the air is going to go way left, so we just had to be ready for that, and it's definitely an interesting condition for baseball, but it was fun.
Hey, Eli, congratulations on the win. We'll see you tomorrow morning in the semifinals.
Yep, thank you.
Eli Mack, again, part of our player of the game, brought to you in part by Enbridge, as this is our Norman County Raceway post-game report, as the Kindred Vikings with a run in the first, a run in the third, 2 runs in the 5th. And on the opposite side for Sargent County, their lone run, a solo home run by Braxton Erickson Wyckoff. That was in the 4th inning. So with the win one more time, we'll see this here for the Kindred Vikings. They'll play at 11 o'clock tomorrow against the winner of our next game, which will either be Central Cass or Oaks. And then for Sargent County, they will play a little bit later on here against the loser coming up here a little bit later on. And we'll see who Sargent County will have a matchup with tomorrow in the loser out game. But that is your final today for our first of 4. Coming up next, we will get to Oaks and Central Cass around the corner. That is our Norman County Raceway post-game report. Get ready for racing on the radio here this week on Friday night on 106.5 KRJB on our sister station when it comes to radio at Norman County Raceway. Check out the World of Outlaw late models on Tuesday, June 30th in Ada as well. Tickets now available at NormanCountyRaceway.com. That again is NormanCountyRaceway.com. Join us for more high school baseball here coming up just after the 1 o'clock hour for the first pitch with the Squirrels and the Tornadoes here in Oaks.